My name's Colonel Jeff Pixley. I'm the commander of Basic Military Training. Thank you for joining the United States Air Force. Thank you for raising your hand and promising to give of yourself, to sacrifice, to do something that most Americans never do. You probably want to know how to be successful in basic military training. Fight for yourself. Don't give up on yourself, and when you're about to, work with each other, lean on each other, because you'll be successful when you're a team.
Remember why you are here. Remember those people that came before you. Everything that you do needs to come with a passion and a vigor that is unmatched.
When you leave basic military training, you're going to understand how to wear the uniform. You're going to understand what it is to live by the core values, and you're going to know the value of your teammates. If you live up to my expectations, you'll be here 7 weeks from today, and you'll be about to graduate.
Today's basic military graduation is a celebration of the achievements of these graduates. It is also a ceremony that both teaches and appreciates our military heritage. Drill is an integral part of military history, a prominence that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was used to prepare troops for battle. For the most part, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers employed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline and esprit de corps. Over 240 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved, wretched men in rags. To correct these conditions, he set out to work immediately and wrote regulations designed to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. Discipline became the parts of the military for these individuals as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. As they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team, this group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge remain unchanged for over 85 years, and in many ways, these same procedures are still in use today. One form of drill is the salute. Since early times, men at arms have used some form of the salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved and it's used in all modern militaries, which inherit their traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flights presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the playing of musical honors, the playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem and as it passes during the review. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their hearts. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their hearts. After the last note of the national anthem, and after the flags have passed, you may return your hand to your side. As flights pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit the applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during the oath of enlistment. During the oath, service members pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. At this time, we would like to take a moment to inform you of the specific flight locations on the parade field, as viewed from the bleachers from your left to your right. Flight 096, led by Technical Sergeant Sam Richards. Flight 097, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Mamet. Flight 098, led by Technical Sergeant April Cooper. Flight 099, led by Technical Sergeant Carl Hunter. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 100, led by Technical Sergeant Joseph Colvin. Flight 101, led by Technical Sergeant Kyle Spade. In the center of the parade field is the color guard, led by Technical Sergeant Bernard Martinez Jr. The Drum and Bugle Corps, Flight 109, led by Technical Sergeant Kimberly Quick. The flight selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags, Flight 107 and 108, led by Technical Sergeant Haley Klein. Flight 106, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Tharp. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 102, led by Technical Sergeant Pedro Escobar. Flight 103, led by Technical Sergeant William Cruz Torres. Flight 104, led by Technical Sergeant William Lewis. Flight 105, led by Master Sergeant Amber Gagnon. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Pacquiao.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for this happy occasion that brings us together as fellow airmen, leaders, family, and friends. We rejoice with these graduates on this special day of achievement and celebration, and we ask for your blessing on these young men and women who have worked many difficult weeks and have given so much of themselves to arrive at this moment. We thank you for their families and the sacrifices they have made to make this day possible. We ask that you fill their hearts with pride as they witness the fruit of their labor. We also pray you would give their leaders and instructors a sense of accomplishment for their faithful and dedicated service to these graduates. Grant this airmen strength that they may remain steadfast in the causes of truth, justice, and freedom. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Pacquiao. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Deputy Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Alvin Schultz Jr., accompanied by his wife, Nicole. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. The Reviewing Official, the Director of the Defense Information Systems Agency, Lieutenant General Robert Skinner. the Senior Enlisted Leader, the Command Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Defense Information Systems Agency, Sergeant Major Daniel Kraus. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 323rd Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel James Renner, accompanied by his wife, JC. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 323rd Training Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Jason Marks. Also in attendance with us today, General Osway, United States Air Force, retired. The Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel Lauren Corshane. The Acting Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Yusef Saad. Ladies and gentlemen, rendering a flying salute to our graduated airmen are two T-1 Alpha Jayhawks. Call sign Tone 4-1 and Tone 4-2. Tone 4-1 is flown by Captain Jake Best and Captain Brad Fellon. Tone 4-2 is flown by Captain Ben Johnson and Lieutenant Jack Flynn. These aircraft are from the 86th Flying Training Squadron, 47th Flying Wing, Laughlin, Air Force Base, Texas. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Adriana Romero. Lieutenant General Skinner will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with the foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. 737th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to Flight 104 for their significant accomplishments, demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 5 December 2022 to 20 January 2023. Signed, Jeffrey Pixley, Colonel, United States Air Force. The Commander's Excellence Flight was led by Master Sergeant Adriana Romero and Technical Sergeant William Lewis. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of musical honors. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737th Training Group provides all recruits with the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass and review, they will march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. The men and women recognized on the pavers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States military in armed conflicts. Their decorations include 9 Medals of Honor, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars, awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. The enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As they pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their hearts. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their hearts. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all of our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Now passing in review, the Commander of Airmen, Master Sergeant Adriano Romero, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Bogota, Colombia. The band flight, Flight 109, led by Technical Sergeant Kimberly Quick, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Flight 096, led by Technical Sergeant Sam Richards, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Los Gatos, California. Flight 097, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Mamet, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Cape Coral, Florida. Flight 098, led by Technical Sergeant April Cooper, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Huntsville, Alabama. Flight 099, led by Technical Sergeant Carl Hunter, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Savannah, Georgia. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 100, led by Technical Sergeant Joseph Colvin, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Wagoner, South Carolina. Flight 101, led by Technical Sergeant Kyle Spade, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. The Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Bernard Martinez Jr., Military Training Instructor, Hometown, San Antonio, Texas. The flight selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags, Flight 107 and 108, led by Technical Sergeant Haley Klein, Military Training Instructor Trainer, Hometown, Seal, Alabama. Flight 106, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Tharp, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Lancaster, Ohio. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 102, led by Technical Sergeant Pedro Escobar, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Houston, Texas. Flight 103, led by Technical Sergeant William Cruz Torres, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Commander's Excellence Flight, Flight 104, led by Technical Sergeant William Lewis, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Toledo, Illinois. Flight 105, led by Master Sergeant Amber Gagnon, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Wenham, Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the Air Force song. Thank you. You may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided from the graduates from Flight 109, performing under the direction of Staff Sergeant Jacob Wright, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Reno, Texas. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, the Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor a long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our honor graduates, as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguished themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence they displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank all of the families and friends who are here in support today for those graduating. Your words of encouragement help motivate these graduates through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States military and basic military training, we extend our thanks to the many family and friends of America for your support of our mission and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant General Skinner will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning. Okay, good morning. Good morning. What a great day to be in San Antonio. Great weather. 38 years ago, I was in a similar situation on a parade field, getting ready to join the military. And that enthusiasm and that pride has never waned. And being able to come back and see this makes it even more proud to be part of this great nation and this great military force. And to see the pride and joy in the family and friends that are here today is very heartwarming. Your love, your support, your dedication, and your encouragement helped these airmen over the last 7.5 weeks get through basic military training. More importantly, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and for a grateful nation for entrusting your loved ones to us to transform over the last 7.5 weeks to be airmen in the world's greatest Air Force. They have done amazing things over the last 7.5 weeks. 580 airmen of the 323rd Training Squadron Mustangs is what stands before you today. And if you there are two things I want you to take away from the last 7.5 weeks. First and foremost is the experiences and the opportunities that they had, not only for the last 7.5 weeks, but for what their career will hold. A lot of academics. They're probably the most physically fit that they've ever been. And I would say, just as important, they can make a bed. They can clean up after themselves. So when they come home, please make sure you don't let them slack off, because they know how to do it. The other thing I want to highlight is what they learned about themselves through the many challenges that they've had to endure. But not only about with themselves, but friendships and teamwork that will last well beyond the last 7.5 weeks. And so, Airmen, I have one question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? I think they're ready.
Instructors, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Lieutenant General Skinner will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and Uniform Code of Military Justice. According to regulations and Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations, Airmen, and welcome to the world's greatest Air Force.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Skinner. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of our official party. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, its century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an air behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flags pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their hearts. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their hearts. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all of our guests the opportunity to view the flights. As viewed from the bleachers, to the left of the reviewing stand are flights 096, 097, 098, 099, 100, 101. And to the right of the reviewing stand are flights 106, 102, 103, 104, and 105. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Graduates in the Drum and Bugle Corps and the Flag Mast will be released to their visitors